something for everyone to enjoy. From luxurious accommodations and exquisite dining at La Brisa to live entertainment and handcrafted cocktails at Temp Lounge, we thank you for choosing us as the premier casino, resort, brunch, and date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort online at miccosukee.com.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
ADT is the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. ADT knows a lot can happen in a second. 1 second you're throwing a curveball, and the next you catch it. 1 second you're off base, and the next you've hit it out of the park. And when it comes to your home, 1 second you feel safe, and the next something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Go to ADT.com/Marlins or call 800-750-0647 today. For license information, visit ADT.com.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. And Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Real good win for the Fish today in Milwaukee. That was a tone-setting win for your Miami Marlins. 5-1 the final score over the Milwaukee Brewers, who coming into play today were the best team in baseball record-wise. The Brewers were 61-41. The Marlins were 48-53. Now your Fish are just 4 games under 500, and the Brewers, meanwhile, fell to 61-42. Jack McMullen here guiding you through the 10th inning show. Gabby Sanchez had to run and go do the TV thing. He was wearing a shirt and tie the entire time. I've got my polo on. But we walk you through this one, and it was a whale of a ball game. To the front 2/3 of this game, it was 2 swings that gave us the run production. Kyle Stowers with his 23rd home run on the season, open scoring in the top of the 3rd, and then in the bottom of the 4th, it was Milwaukee's young superstar Jackson Chourio that blasted a solo shot. But Miami got the rest of the scoring done in the top of the 7th, highlighted by a 2-run double from Otto Lopez. A fielding error by the center fielder from Milwaukee, Blake Perkins, allowed Otto to push to 3rd, and a 3rd run to score on that one. So 5-1 your final score today. The Marlins on top of the Brewers. Cal Quantrill was the story on the mound. 5 innings, a 1-run ball. He K'd 4, didn't walk anyone. Cal mighty efficient again through 5 innings. His last 2 starts, 11 innings, 6 hits, 1 run on the Chourio homer, and no walks. Meanwhile, the Marlins bullpen, they went 4 scoreless. Josh Simpson with a 1-2-3 6th, Bender with a scoreless 7th, Enriquez with a 1-2-3 8th, and Fauché did walk 2, but he punched out the final hitter of the ball game to finish off a scoreless 9th. Meanwhile, Freddie Peralta, the line looks good for him. 5 innings of 1-run ball. He walked 2 and punched out 9. But the thing that the Marlins did so well, they knocked the All-Star out of the game. How? Not by hitting him. Again, the only run came in on a solo home run from Stowers, but by seeing pitches. If the plan of attack was to get deep into Freddie Peralta's arsenal, they did just that. Freddie needed 98 pitches to get through those 5 innings. So again, 5-1 your final score. The Marlins beat the Milwaukee Brewers. When we come back, listen to the highlights here. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network. 1-1. That one hit well. Out to right center field and deep. You got the center fielder Mullins turning around. He's looking up, and it's gone. Welcome back, Kyle. Solo homer in the place that was his first home. Huge smile on Stowers' face as he rounds 3rd. Homer number 17 on the year. And that opens scoring in the top of the 2nd, 1-0 Fish.
Here's the 1-2 pitch now. Hit to right field. That's a liner, and it drops for a base hit. Throw from Laureano to the plate, and sliding in is Sanchez. He scores. RBI for Ramirez, number 41.
Thankfully just got in the nick of time, but that is hard. Opposite field power from Augustine.
Kyle Stowers now with a drive to right field and deep. Going back is Laureano. He looks up, and it is out of here. Home run, Stowers. He hit one in the second. He hits number 18 here in the third. It's a 2-run shot, and it's 4-0 Miami. Baltimore, breaking ball. That is ripped to left field and deep. Going back is Cowser. He limps, and he cannot get it. It's out of here. Otto Lopez, his 11th home run of the year. Back-to-back homers. Third in the game already for Miami. How about 5-0?
2-2 from Young. Stowers hits one high and deep right again. Did he do it again? Oh, yeah, he did. The king of Baltimore, Kyle Stowers. Remember him? A 3-homer day. That's sending the All-Star to Atlanta in style. 2-run shot. 7-0 Fish in the top of the fifth.
And we're on a 3-game losing skid. 3-2 pitch. Runners go with the 3-2 and 2 outs. Base hit right field. Stowers rounding third. He will score. Hicks goes over to
network.
Great W for the Fish. 5-1 the final score over the Milwaukee Brewers. And a game started by the Brewer All-Star Freddie Peralta. It was Cal Quantrill that stole the show on the mound. He went 5 innings of 1-run ball, and the Fish got timely hitting. It was a solo home run from Kyle Stowers in the third and a 4-run seventh, highlighted by a 2-run double from Otto Lopez that pushed the Fish over the top. Jack McMullen here guiding you through the 10th inning show. We are going to run through the highlights in a moment, but before that, our Steven Strom was standing by with Mr. Kyle Stowers after his homer.
Kyle, this team has the best record in baseball. With a win today, what do you think this revealed about your team tonight?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of more validation of the way we've been playing, I think. Crazy atmosphere here. Kind of felt like a playoff game. I think we were able to, have some really good at-bats. I think it was in that 6th inning, 6th or 7th inning. That really was the difference in the game and kind of took the crowd out of it late. They're a really good team. Expect them to come back, ready to go tomorrow. So we got to, enjoy this one for a little bit and then flush it and get on to the next one.
Home run number 23 for you. I asked Clayton McCullough earlier today, teams are starting to pitch you more cautiously. You're going to have to take your walks. How do you find that balance of not trying to press, but also still trying to be effective?
Yeah, learning how to do it, trying to just be stubborn to my approach, take good at-bats, try to see the ball well and, kind of just let whatever happens go from there.
What do you think of the at-bat quality, especially wearing out Freddie Peralta today?
Oh, I thought as a team it was really, really good. I think even, in that first inning, he got 2 outs, 9 pitches and 2 outs, and then we were able to get him to 23. I felt like every inning, even though we only scored one run off of him, we were, able to put together good at-bats, make him work, and get to the bullpen early.
Great win, Kyle. Thank you again for the time.
Thank you.
Love that. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Kyle Stowers. And the team at-bat quality, 1 through 9, was just sensational today. Again, they forced Freddie Peralta to throw 98 pitches through 5 innings, and they get the win 5-1. How did this game sound? Well, you heard Kyle allude to it. 9 pitches to get the first 2 outs of the ball game. And then Augustine Ramirez nearly opened scoring with homer number 15. Instead, it was double number 23, but it was a little wonky. Here's how it sounded. 0-1 to Augustine. That one cracked out to center field and deep. Perkins is back. He's looking up. Perkins leaps up. It's off his glove, and it rolls over the top of the wall. It does come back. Augustine chugging for third base. Relay, he's in standing up at third. I could have sworn that ball went over the wall, and it did. It's gone. Straightaway center. Augustine Ramirez with a solo shot. 1-0 Marlins right away. Well, it wasn't. It actually was not a solo shot. On the look at the replay, Blake Perkins did something very, very similar to what Dane Myers did in Miami a few weeks back, where he reaches over the wall and he pulls it back with the glove without making the catch. So Perkins, he started to grab it. It popped out of his glove. It rolled on the top of the wall, that yellow lining atop the wall in center field here at American Family Field in Milwaukee, and then it rolled back into the field of play. And because the defense stopped pursuing the play when that ball came back into the field of play, it was officially scored a ground rule double. So Augustine was standing at second base. Kyle Stowers ended up walking, but Freddie Peralta got out of it unscathed. This way more tried and true. Kyle Stowers truly open scoring in the top of the third. Stowers is in scoring position right now. 2-2. That one cracked out to left center field. Collins on the move. Back to the track. He's looking up, and it's gone. Scoring position right now. Kyle Stowers, homer number 23. And he silences this capacity crowd in Milwaukee. 1-0 Fish in the top of the third. It is still filled up. They're doing an alumni home run derby on the field here at American Family Field in a matter of moments. They're celebrating 25 years of this ballpark, Miller Park, and American Family Field. But this crowd got back into it because of their young superstar in the bottom of the fourth, Mr. Jackson Chorio. Cal kicks and deals the 1-2. And that one hammered out to left center field and deep. Myers and Stowers are back. That one is gone. That slams off the brick wall in left center field over that jutted out wall. And Jackson Chorio continues his reign over the Miami Marlins. Jackson Chorio, those homer number 17 for him on the year, RBI number 66, and it knotted us at 1. That's how we were through 6, but in the top of the 7th, the Marlins really got cooking against the right-handed reliever, Nick Mears. Mears came on. He walked the first 2 guys he saw. For reference, this was Mears' 45th appearance. In his front 44, he walked 5. Then he walked the first 2 guys, and Otto Lopez capitalized here. And the threat is nowhere near over. Bases loaded, 1 away, 3-1. Otto lines one into right center field. That is in for a base hit. It's going to plate at least 2. Stowers pulling into third. Blake Lally holds him up. Now he sends him. Stowers getting the run around. That ball was bobbled in right center field. Otto pushes to third, and Stowers comes in to score from first base. A defensive miscue by a sure-handed Brewer team, and it's a 3-run double or triple from Otto Lopez to open this game up. Misfires galore from Nick Mears, and now it's 4-1 Fish in the top of the 7th. Otto Lopez capitalized. It was a 2-run double. They score him pushing to third and Stowers scoring from third as a fielding error on Blake Perkins. But this is a little bit more tried and true. A hitter later, Liam Hicks plated Otto. 4-1 Marlins in the top of the 7th. And Hicks drives one out to right. Chorio is back onto the track. He makes the catch, but it's plenty deep enough to push Otto in from third. He tags and scores a 4 spot in the top of the 7th, and it's 5-1 Fish. That is how this ball game sounded. The Brewers went quiet in the final third of this ball game. 3-2 again. Is a cold third strike just on the outside black. Dan Bellino rings up Blake Perkins, and Fauché shuts it down. He strands 2 in scoring position, and a 4-run 7th guides the way for the Fish. They take the series opener in Milwaukee on Friday afternoon, 5-1, the Marlins over the Brewers. That is how this ball game sounded. When we come back, we'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. 10th inning show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Hey, it's the good week.
And Stowers hits one well out to left center field. Merrill back on the track at the wall. He's looking up, and it's gone. That thing just kept on going. Kyle Stowers out to left center field. Fish on the board. They cut the deficit in half. Homer number 22 on the year, and it's 2-1 Padres in the bottom of the fourth.
To a righty is perfect.
First pitch to Augustine, little dribbler. Third baseman Machado charges. He's got it on the bare hand. He fires to first, and it's up the right field line. Otto around third. He's getting the windmill home, and he will score. Augustine legs out an infield single. Machado got greedy. He tried to make a top 10 play. It results in Lopez scoring from first. Smarslock, actually, the first base coach earlier today. Stowers golfs one into right center field. That's on a line. That is in for a base hit, and it's going to 2-hop the wall. They're going to windmill Augustine home. Relay throw coming home is up the third base line. It's an RBI double as Stowers pushes to third on the throw.
Been caught once.
0-1. Going a little swinging bunt. Cabrera's got it. The toss is coming home. A tag from Ramirez, and they get Arise. Arise hit the deck, a head-first dive. He came up kind of gripping his wrist, but that a tremendous play from Edward Cabrera. 0-1. That one tagged into left center field. Sheets on the move. He's not going to get there, and it one-hops the wall in left center. There's insurance. Hernandez around third. He will score. Sanohawk going at third, and he's got an RBI triple. He beat out the relay with a head-first dive. Javi, the spark plug.
Reduce después del uso de 30 GB por línea. Los límites de datos y los ahorros reales varían.
Good win for the Fish. Again, your final score in Milwaukee. Game 1 of this 3-game weekend set. The Marlins get the win over the Brewers, who are now 61-42. 5-1 the final score. Stowers homered in the third, and the Marlins put together a 4-run seventh, and Cal Quantrill 5 innings of 1-run ball. Surely a happy skipper. Let's hear from the Marlins manager, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
I know us media like to build up some of these games, but you did just beat the team with the best record in baseball, and it did have a big game feel. What did this reveal you feel like about your team tonight?
I think it just shows that we could just continue to play very much in the same manner we have been as we've been winning some more games and winning some series. We got a terrific start out of Cal, and those guys that followed him out of the pen were able to do their job. We made the plays that were there. And then offensively, I felt like this was one of our better days for me, actually. Like that, even, Freddie, we didn't scratch much across, and then the Stowers home, but I thought our at-bats against Freddie were terrific. I thought like we stressed him early, build up the pitch count, and then the inning there before Otto's double, where you get a really great at-bat from Gus to be down 0-2 and turn that into a walk, and Stowers to follow that up with a great at-bat and walk versus Mears, and Otto to come through. So I think our at-bats today were outstanding, and they have been. So look, we knew Milwaukee's a really good team, and they are, and it was a tightly contested game, but I think we're just going out and trying to play in a way that we believe is going to give ourselves the best chance to win, regardless of the opponent.
And offensively, was it one of those days where you felt like the breakthrough was coming when Otto Lopez is able to get a base knock?
I think the at-bats before, for those guys to take such high-quality at-bats and load them up, and then Otto got himself into a good count and got a pitch elevated and didn't try to do too much, stayed through it right center field to drive it in, and the Hicks at-bat for the sac fly. So I think they were just really high-quality at-bats with people on, not trying to do too much. And you love when you get some opportunities early to break through, but Freddie's a tough pitcher, and I think we just you should continue to try to build innings and stay disciplined with what you're looking for, and you feel like the more opportunities you get, that at some point you just hope you can cash in.
You mentioned Cal. How did he keep the Brewers off balance today?
I think it's very much how Cal has been throwing the ball really for the last couple of months. I think he's done an excellent job of using his cutter both sides. He threw a couple good sliders today, and his split finger. Show enough of the four seam and the sinker, and the ability to go both sides of the plate. I think that's what he's continually done, and again, very efficient, pounding the strike zone, getting the ball off the barrel of the bat. So I think another outing where very much in line with what Cal's been doing now for feels like a run of 12, 13 starts.
Otto, I mentioned the run you guys have been on record-wise. I mentioned that pregame, and in that same stretch, Otto's got like 29 RBIs, 30 RBIs. Like, how big has his run production been for you guys over that stretch?
Otto's a really good player. Credit to those that are, there's guys that are getting on in front of him, and I think Otto is continuing to his at-bat quality. Really, I think go back to like we had series in Tampa. I don't know how long ago, but it felt like that was kind of a bit of a turning point for Otto, where his plate discipline really has improved. He's staying in the strike zone with much more regularity, and it's a high contact hitter to begin with enough ability and strength to drive the ball. And Otto has been in those moments. I think what's allowed him to have success is that he just hasn't tried to do too much. He's stuck to what he's looking to go hit and staying through the middle of the field.
And then with Stowers, seeing him, take Peralta deep, but just the run, obviously the run he was on all first half, but then to kind of pick it right back up the first week out of the All-Star break. Like, what does that tell you about where he's at right now?
That Kyle's a very good player, having a terrific year, and it's at this point now it's not by mistake. I mean, it's real. It's the power to all fields. Again, another changeup. I think he hit out the other way for a home run. So the pitches now that he's laying off, and to get a couple walks, I think that's the next part of Kyle as he continues to perform in this way. To stay incredibly disciplined, understand that you are a real threat, and you need to lock it up and look for the pitches you're going for. And if they're not there, then you take your walks and you just move on.
Have you felt the confidence in this group continue to grow over the last couple of weeks?
For sure. I mean, we do. But I think they come here every day expecting to win. And when we don't win, it doesn't feel good. I think that there is a real belief in there with each other that, each day that we come out here, we have a starter that we believe can keep us in the game. We have a bullpen collectively that's throwing the ball very well. And on the offensive side, we're doing things throughout the lineup, doing it in different ways to score runs. So I think there's very much a confidence and belief in there, as there should be. But I think we've had that confidence all along that this is what we were capable of doing.
Last one for me. What do you guys think you found with Josh Simpson, particularly over these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, going back to spring training, Josh was someone like we love. From the left side, he's got really good breaking balls, enough heater, and it was going to be about Josh, the strike throwing and the pounding of the zone. And I think with each outing, each experience, Josh is getting at the major league level. He's settling in more, and we always believed in the capabilities. And sometimes, you get up here and now just continue to get and put into a variety of experiences. Every one of them for him is important. And I think with each time that he goes out there and it just pounds the zone, I'm betting on Josh having success.
Cal's pitch count was low when you went to the bullpen. Was it just a result of where the Brewers, part of their lineup was coming up, flipping over at that point?
I think it's where we were in that game, getting back towards the top. Cal had done an amazing job to get us to that point. And again, coming off an off day, we had different directions we could go, and thought that was, what we got from Cal today was what we needed.
5-1 the win for the Marlins over the Milwaukee Brewers. Cal Quantrill went 5 innings, a 1-run ball. Clayton McCullough, very happy skipper. But again, offensively, Otto Lopez was kind of the story. Otto 3 for 5 with 3 doubles. That tied a franchise record. Steven and the rest of the media was standing by with Otto Lopez postgame.
Good. Otto, this team has the best record in baseball. You guys just came in and beat them 5-1. First of all, what stood out to you, and what does it show about this team that they're able to come in here and take game 1?
It shows a lot about us. We just all the work that we've been putting in. It's amazing seeing there and on the field. We don't think about a good or better team. We just trying to face ourselves, kind of. We just go out there and just have fun.
How do you think the at-bat quality was today for your team?
It was pretty amazing. Peralta he's a good pitcher, and we're trying to make a couple of adjustments. And with the bullpen, when they bring the bullpen, we kind of see at home a little bit, and we just got an idea.
What did you see on that double that you hit in the 7th?
A good pitch to hit, I would say. We're trying to get something closer to me, to just like a good pitcher to hit. It just not changing my swing. Just go out there and just swing hard.
Over the last month or so, you're one of the league leaders in RBIs. Just how good has it felt for you to produce runs, come through for your team, and at a pretty high level over the last month?
I would thanks to my teammate Sauer, the whole lineup, Sauer, Sanji, Xavier, and even Gussie, they've been doing a pretty good job to get on base, and I'm just trying to do my job. Everything else, I leave it for them. We work as a team, and if I see it on base, I'm just trying to do my job.
How much has the confidence in this team grown over the last couple of weeks?
I mean, a lot. The pitchers, the bullpen, everybody is doing well. That's why it just makes us just work harder, and it's impressed. Win to win after win. It's kind of what we were going for.
You mentioned Stowers. Just how fun is it to watch him when he's locked in? He seems like he's been locked in all season.
It's super incredible, like how he been swinging bat, and to see that, like, it just make me just want to work more and more, and just to like see what he's doing, and just take a couple things off him right now, like it can work for me.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
M flipped 5-1. Otto Lopez 3 for 5 with 3 doubles. Cal Quantrill. How about this guy? His last 2 starts, Cal has worked 11 innings of 1-run ball.
Clinical.
Cal. The only run against him was that solo home run from Jackson Chorio in the 4th. Let's hear from Cal postgame.
We like to build up these games, but it kind of felt like a playoff atmosphere. What did you take from today's game, and what did you take from today's start?
Yeah, I mean, they had a great turnout today, and obviously they're one of the hottest teams in baseball. So, I think it's just a lot of fun that we're getting to play like competitive, exciting baseball games deep into July, August, and hopefully September. So, that's great. I thought the guys kind of rose to the occasion, and, there's certainly no team in baseball that scares us off anymore. And I think there's a lot to be, proud of and build off of.
When did you feel like that changed, though, for your team, where you didn't feel like guys were scared or anyone on the roster?
Yeah, I think we had a chat post-Rocky series. Not a negative one, just a reminder that, like, no one's good enough just to kind of throw the ball out there and see what happens. We need to show up and we need to play quality baseball. And, we would prefer that we do it as a team and a group, but you got to find a way to do it regardless. And I think if you look at kind of that as a turning point, the quality of the baseball that we've played has drastically risen. And then, in turn, the results have gotten better too. So I think for a lot of us, that would be a kind of a turning point. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to sustain it. It's hard to do it coming back from the break. And I think that the boys have done that, and there's a lot to be proud of.
6 shutout last week, 5 innings, 1 run. How'd you keep the Brewers off balance today?
Yeah, it's a quality lineup. It's kind of a weird lineup. I don't necessarily think that power's their only part of their game. They move base runners around. They run well. They're not scared to bunt. I mean, it's a quality team. I think that they're a risk when it comes to playoffs. So I thought we just mixed well. Stayed in the zone, challenged them, got ahead in counts, didn't let them play their game. I thought we had 2 or 3 different fastballs working, and kind of tried to pick the one that we thought was best to each hitter. And I think that the outcome kind of was what we were hoping for.
It's good stuff from Cal Quantrill, man. And again, Cal, 5 innings of 1-run ball in the W. The boys are playing some good baseball. And Quantrill, one of the vets on this team, he has proven that he can certainly be a leader in that clubhouse. Steven's here. We're going to get his takes in a moment, but we will take one more quick break. 10th inning show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network. ADT. Lugo's 2-2 to Sanchez. That one hit well. Out to center field in deep. Isbell working back. He's just looking up. It is gone. Hope you kept your feet up, Sanchi. 3-1. That one hit well. Out to right center. Caglione back at the track. Number 20. How about the All-Star? Kyle Stowers, a 2-run blast. And it's an early ambush, 3-0 Fish in the bottom of the first inning.
Eventually, it may become a problem.
Otto hits one out to left center field and deep. Isbell back, track, wall. He jumps up. It's off the LED facing in left center. Edwards trots home from third. Otto Lopez missed a homer by feet, but he's got an RBI double, and they are hammering Seth Lugo.
After we won the game.
1-0 pitch. That one hit high in the air out to shallow center field. Long run for Isbell and Witt. That drops into the triangle, and that'll plate a run. Kyle Stowers, it may not be a long ball, but he finds the perfect spot in left center field. He loops an RBI single, and the Fish keep jumping on Lugo. 5-0 on the RBI knock in the bottom of the third. For 4 with 3 RBIs today.
Why not end it here?
1-1. Kyle swinging away, out to right and deep.
The All-Star leaves the yard. Welcome to the second half. Same Kyle. A walk-off, 2-run home run. 8-7, the Marlins get the win in 10.
10th inning show concludes a 5-1 win for the Marlins over the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee. Best team in baseball just went down because of your fighting fish. Kyle Stowers homered. Otto had a double that plated 3. He got 2 RBIs on that, and Cal went 5 innings of 1-run ball. Steven Strom, where are we going, man?
Yeah, I don't want to be – I'm probably repeating some of this stuff, but you know what? Screw it. This was a statement win.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. I know there's 162 games, but this was a statement win to come into the Milwaukee and do this to this team. And it was close. Listen, it was a 1-1 game going into the 7th inning. I'm not going to sit here and say the Marlins blew them out. But this was a wake-up call for everyone out there that have been maybe questioning what's been going on with the Marlins. Is it real? Is it not? Is it smoke and mirrors? You don't do this by mistake. And you don't do what they've done the last month, but we talked about in pregame, man, like this felt like a litmus test. Both of these teams were playing incredibly well, and they still are. Brewers are still playing really good baseball. I want to see the best. And to be the best, you got to beat the best. This matchup today against Freddie Peralta, it won't show because the line will say 5 innings of 1-run ball for Freddie Peralta. The fact that they worked his pitch count the way that they did, for that young of a team to do it in this environment, I know no one or everyone that's listening here was not at this game. This was a playoff type of atmosphere for them to rise to the occasion. And again, I know everyone says, oh, it's just another game, whatever. No. Some games mean more than others. This game, to me, felt like the best win of the season. How they did it and when they did it. Tip the cap, man.
Yeah, tip the cap indeed. I will say in terms of like theatrics and pageantry, it wasn't, right, because there are other games that jump out, like opening day jumps out, that walk-off grand slam against the A's jumps out. And then, I mean, even the first game after the All-Star break, that walk-off homer from Stowers, like that feels a little more game of the year-y to me. But I will say in terms of like
statement wins.
Yeah, in terms of win of the year, to be honest, like just a well-rounded approach. Cal Quantrill, a guy that like doesn't have the intrigue when he steps on the mound to that of a Sandy Alcantara or a Yuri Perez or an Edward Cabrera right now. And even Jansen Junk, you could say, hey, there's intrigue every time he steps on the mound. With Cal, there have been some trials and tribulations. And at the end of the day, 11 innings of 1-run ball, ERA is still over 5. But this guy is throwing the ball so well right now, and he matched the moment today. It was a capacity crowd at American Family Field against the best team in baseball. Cal threw 5 innings of 1-run ball. He was better than Freddie Peralta today.
He was, and I thought it was really interesting what he said post-game. Jack, we all questioned after the Marlins were swept in Colorado, like, is anyone talking? Is anyone going to get up? Is anyone going to have a meeting? And Cal Quantrill revealed to me today in his post-game comments that there was a conversation, not negative, just a conversation between the players that they talked about. It doesn't matter who you roll out there. It doesn't matter if it's the Rockies. At the time they had 9 wins. It doesn't matter. You cannot treat any opponent like that.
Yep.
And it feels like that was the moment that switched, but it's really, honestly, it was great to hear that they did have some form of a conversation after that, because that was traumatic. I mean, that was like, oh my gosh, like we thought that the Marlins were in this position, and then they get swept, and you're like, oh my gosh, you just got swept by the Rockies. Their ability to respond and do whatever the heck they have done since the beginning of June, hats off. But yes, Cal, 100%, he matched the moment today, and yeah, he did. He out-tooled Freddie Peralta, and, just given the way that they have treated Cal, this was, where he was at. 5 innings, 1 run. They probably could have put him out there, but at the end of the day, you take the win over the amount of innings.
Yep, and this was the good stuff. Again, 5-1, the final score. Marlins get the win over the Milwaukee Brewers. We are back in action tomorrow night at 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Jansen Junk gets the ball for the Fish. He will oppose Jose Quintana, the veteran left-hander for Milwaukee, against 7:10 Eastern first pitch, 6:10 local. Steven gets us going at 6:30.
Great job by you today.
On deck. Great job by you today.
Great job by everyone today.
Great job by
particularly you, calling the shot today, getting up for that call in the 7th. Really good job by you.
Yeah, that was big. I think. Thank you very much, Stephen. Great job by Gabby, too. But a huge thank you to Ahmed Jordan in studio at the flagship. For Gabby, for Stephen, I'm Jack saying so long from American Family Field in Milwaukee. Final score today, the Marlins 5, the Brewers 1. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeart